Nighttime's not your friend, it's a danger zone. Shadows lurking, roads unclear, don't let adventure turn to fear. Stay safe, stay bright, keep your journey light. Board vehicles only in designated parks and garages.
Break your journey by 6 p.m. and sleep over in any safe place like military or police barracks, and continue your journey the next day. You need to be alive first, before you can serve your nation.
For PCMs heading through Funtua to locations in the Northwest region, the road is open to traffic till 5 p.m. according to travel advisory from the Nigerian Army. PCMs are therefore enjoined to document with the Nigerian Army in Funtua before proceeding with the rest of the journey.
This message is from the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC.
Hey there, prospective Corps members, listen close. Nighttime's not your friend, it's a danger zone. Shadows lurking, roads unclear, don't let adventure turn to fear. Stay safe, stay bright, keep your journey light. Board vehicles only in designated parks and garages.
Break your journey by 6 p.m. and sleep over in any safe place like military or police barracks, and continue your journey the next day. You need to be alive first, before you can serve your nation.
For PCMs heading through Funtua to locations in the Northwest region, the road is open to traffic till 5 p.m.
When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from him, you have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No, that is not enough. Stay there and gist and take shots with your phone? That is madness. Run. Yes, run away. Yes, your life depends on your action. The flames come suddenly, unexpected but uncontrollable. Why? Fuel is highly inflammable. Why? It just requires to set off a ravaging inferno. So, don't stay there to think. Storm away to live. Do not throw away your life in anguish for meaningless fuel siphoning. Be advised.
What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I
Hey there, prospective Corps members, listen close. Nighttime's not your friend, it's a danger zone. Shadows lurking, roads unclear.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show. Morning show makes you have a very good start every morning. On morning show, we discuss trending issues that are on the cover pages of the Nigerian newspaper and topical issues that are trending in the society. I am your regular anchor, Ira Daniel Kukui, and with me in the studio is a guest that has been regular on this platform. Abraham Jordan Maina is a public affairs commentator and a political scientist. He's the director of programs at the SUMTV, and he has always been available here with us to give us in-depth analysis of issues as we discuss them on this platform. You're welcome to.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah. If you are out there and you're wondering what morning show entails, on morning show, it gives you a very good start. It gives you the information you need to start every day on a very good note. To that extent, we are going to delve into the matters of the day right away, and we're going to discuss issues that are on the cover pages, not really the cover pages, that are being featured in the newspaper that are published in Nigeria. Now we are going to start with the stories that are in the Punch newspaper, and we're going to discuss the issue with the experts here in the studio on the PDP crisis in Edo State. Not really PDP crisis. PDP witnesses allege irregularities in Edo polls. I think it has to do with the tribunal or something.
Yes, the tribunal sitting in Edo State concerning the Edo State governorship election, the September 21, 2024 polls. We saw Governor Monday Okpebolo of the All Progressive Party declared the winner. The petitioners opened their case on Tuesday, calling 3 witnesses from Ikpoba, Uka, Akoko Edo and Owan West local government areas. These witnesses also claimed the election was marred by irregularities or malpractice. So on Wednesday, the additional witness presented by the PDP and the Godalo corroborated the claims by the earlier witnesses. We have a Destiny Nabole. One of the witnesses stated that his witness statement oath was informed by evidence of irregularity witnessed during the poll and from the election documents he examined. So basically what the witnesses are all talking about irregularities. There's a case of overvoting by the coalition agent in Esako East local government. So they are presenting evidences to show that the elections was marred by irregularities, by overvoting, by manipulations, so what's the courts will receive these evidences, receive the testimonies of these witnesses, and then put together to see if they can, if there is a real enough proof to disprove the election. And then you see, while those they were trying to present the evidence, the counsel for INEC, Kalu Agabi, yes. SAN, the counsel for Kwebolo, Onyechi Kpeazu, SAN, counsel for the APC, Kala San, objected to the admissibility of those evidence, but the judge, the wisdom, the tribunal chairman, Justice Kpochi, provisionally admitted the documents in evidence and adjourned the hearing till Thursday, which is today. So we're expecting more from that thing. Then one thing I just I find very interesting with the legal profession is this. I saw SAN, who was the lead counsel for the Labour Party. Peter Obi in the Labour Party's candidate, Peter Obi, in the last election, and today he's on the side of the APC. So I go, then I tell people that these lawyers are not connected to this, except some very few of them. So they come here to do their job, to present the case as it is, and not to really support a party. So when you see a lawyer defending a party or a case, doesn't necessarily mean he's a member of the
It doesn't
party.
even have political attachment.
It may not have any
it's just his business.
It's just, although there are some lawyers that have political affiliations and they defend based on their party. So you see that in this case, that what brought up this was when the counsel to the president, Chief Wole Olanipekun, SAN, who defended the president during the presidential election, later had to defend Governor Abba of Kano State of NNPP. People were wondering why. I said no, he is providing his services as a lawyer. He represented the APC candidate in Lagos State, but in Kano State election is representing the NNPP. So these are some of the things some people don't. They will say, "Oh, I thought this lawyer was a PDP lawyer." I said no, he is a lawyer. Even if you have the resources and you have the case, you can walk up to him and...
Okay, do we even have, is this an error? Is it Kalu Agabi or Kanu Agabi?
It is Kanu Agabi.
If it is Kanu Agabi, he used in Taraba State, we know Kanu Agabi as PDP lawyer. He's a lawyer
for the yeah. You can also consult for anybody.
Okay, what do you see in this tribunal? Is Kwebolo going to be unseated by the tribunal?
If they have enough evidence to present to the court, it's not enough to say something happened. You just have to present evidence to show, and the evidence that is admissible by court and is enough to prove that the irregularities affected the general result of the election.
Okay, if you're just joining us, this is the morning show, and we started on a very good note and discussing with Abraham Jodamaina, who has always been available on this platform to make in-depth analysis for us on issues that are trending. If you want to start your day on a very good note, have a very good start with the morning show. Morning show comes up every morning between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. and we discuss topical issues and trending issues as they are occurring in the society. We're going to move next to another story still on the Punch newspaper, and that story is it talks about Akwa Ibom states and its workforce. Say Akwa Ibom exclude 9,136 staffs from 80,000 naira payments. It's talking about the minimum wage.
Yes. Akwa Ibom approved 80,000 minimum wage for its workers. But before then, the governor decided to do a verification for all the staff so as to know who is really a staff, who is qualified, who is a ghost worker. So they announced that now 9,136 staff members will be excluded from the 80,000 minimum wage payment. This decision was made after a thorough verification exercise, which revealed that 2,943 personnel did not show up for the verification. Those ones did not show up at all, while 6,193 had issues with their verification. So as it stands, those that had issues with their verifications and those that did not show up will not be paid until they finalize the verification. And I think this is good because it helps weed out those who are not who are ghost workers, or those who are government workers but really are not working. You see people who are government workers, they don't come to work, they just receive salary and they working somewhere. Some work even with some work in the private sector and also receive salaries from the state government or local government or federal government. So it's a good one. So if you feel you are a worker, you should come out for verification, get verified, and then earn your money. So
I was just trying to make some sum while you were discussing, and I discovered that 80,000 naira times 9,000 is about 720 million naira. So it could be that if this verification has not been made, the state government will be wasting a huge amount like that in paying government.
That is just what the you use the minimum wage.
Yes.
as a what about those that they will
have maybe their grade level is above 80,000?
A lot of them will be above 80,000.
That's quite
there are people that have been in the system, probably given the employment for years.
And imagine this amount being channeled to some worthwhile projects. For 2 months, that's about $1 billion.
There might be people who are genuinely sick, or those who could not attend, or those who had issues
up to the tune of this.
But no, it might not be. It can never be up to this. Definitely there are a lot of. We all know how this thing
works. There's a foul play somewhere.
A lot of people just slotting names of people into government, people who are not supposed to be there, and they receive salaries.
And there is no way BVN will help in this kind of situation.
Well, it is while you come forward, you present your BVN and everything. That's how they do the verification. That is one of the good things about the BVN, the NIN. When you step forward, you present your documents, and they check it against what is on record to know if I think that is where the irregularities of those ones will come. Then the ones that didn't show up, I'm sure most of them are ghost workers. They don't exist. They only receive money on the as individuals on the book in the books.
And that's quite serious. Now look at this. There's this information still on the the governor has granted a 30 days grace period for staff members who have not yet been verified to come forward and complete their verification. He's still giving them window. If I thought somebody is sick, like that.
Yeah, if someone is sick, you can always take get a medical report within this period, present it, and it will be accepted. And if you are traveling on official duty or you are indisposed, at least this 30 day period is enough for you to do your verification.
What do you think should be the punitive measures for those who are found wanting? At least their names are there. They have some information that will get to know that, okay, all this while they have been ghost workers. Should they be arrested and penalized and maybe sent to court or something?
Yes, they should be penalized. But I know for political reasons, most times these people are just let off the hook, go and say no more. But I think they should be penalized. Then again, who brought them into the system? Maybe. How did they come into this? This is the most important. There's a structure in the civil service that ensure that every time there's a time the federal government weeded out ghost workers, and within months some have been brought in. You see job racketeering, people complaining about paying money to be in the district. They just give their appointment letter. They don't post them anywhere, and they begin. Sometimes they don't receive salary. Sometimes they begin to receive salary, and the rest of it. So we need to look at the engineers of this fraud and root them out of the service.
Sometimes back there was this report we received in this station in Taraba State. The accountant general was able to discover the tune of about 300 million every month being paid to ghost workers.
Ghost worker, that's
quite a waste. Okay, we're going to go to the next item, still in the Punch newspaper, and it is talking about INEC and how it announces timeline for Anambra governorship election. The Edo State election is still having some in the tribunal.
Yes, the thing is that no matter how good election is in Nigeria,
there should be
we have this culture of we know to agree. And also, no matter how the INEC has its issues, the politicians have their issues, the way we do things have their issues. But to me, I see nothing wrong. Since we know there will be irregularities, we've not bring the best technology, the human factor will come to play. And let me give you an example. Do you know the U.S. election, Trump and Kamala Harris? Do you know there are some Nigerians that came up with theories that the election was rigged? No matter what you tell them, they say the election was rigged against the Democrats because of Russia, because of this. Because if those ones have an opportunity, they will go to court and they will go and present evidence. Then again, you will see that there is no election in Nigeria, no matter how popular the candidate is, the party or its people or whatever it is, we still make efforts to rig. I don't know why we keep doing this. No matter what happens, there will be finances available, there will be resources available, there will be structure available to ensure that it is rigged. It has become like a part of the political culture of the country. Then again, you see this inducement and the rest of it. All the major parties do it. The only thing is that some have more resources than the others. This rigging, all the parties do it. The only thing is that some have
more resources for rigging.
Yeah, for rigging.
Even those that do not rig, it's not as if they are saying they don't have the white are most likely.
Yes. The issue of voter intimidation. During the last presidential, it happened. Every major candidate has an area whereby you have support, and they ensure that yes, you must vote for our candidate. So this thing is something that it is not about this party is a rigging party, this party is a rig. No, it is a political culture, and if you don't kill that culture, when the APC was then as ACN, they're like the ACN, which is part of the major component that made up the APC, was a party then that was always attacking INEC, always in the news, and they went to court. They got a lot of, as a matter of fact, they were the ones that taught politicians how to
overturn it by court.
By court. But now they are in power.
And they are still being accused
of this thing. So it is opportunities that these politicians do have. That is why they're screaming ready.
The former APC chairman Adams Oshomole, who, when he became governor of Edo State by the ruling of a court, came out, and there was this popular statement he made. He said, in the election in Nigeria, some of them were declared, some of them were who won. And I begin to wonder now, what is his position on what is happening?
He's speaking the truth. As concerning those, some were won, some were declared. That is true. But if you look at that, even in Edo State, he is ready to defend the position of his party. If you ask him, is there irregularities in Edo State,
he will say no.
Will not. Even if he would not say no, he will begin to dance left, right, center about it. So that is politicians for you. You look at state governors who will come and say democracy is at risk because of the INEC. But if you go to their state local government election,
they do the same.
You see 100% victory for them.
In Ondo, they recently conducted election, and Ondo APC swept
all the
parties election. Okay, now what I'm saying is, if I contest election, for instance, if I contest against you, you are from party A, I'm from party B, and at the end of the day, party A wins election. And me from party B decide to say, okay, there is no need for government to waste funds. There is no need for any tribunal to be set up. I concede victory. Will there still be any need? Will it be some kind of illegality? Is it wrong for government to set up tribunals when everybody concedes election?
No,
and when are we going to reach, okay,
if the parties involved concede
election,
then the tribunal setup will be of no use. There is no need. If the party, the parties involved are the party and the candidates. So if they concede and decide that they're not going to court, that brings an end to it all, because they are the parties directly involved in it. In some cases in the past, I've seen where individuals are, and the court will say they are busybodies, and they are not a direct party to the election, so they can't come. They can only come as witnesses either to a party or to the candidate. So I think if you concede, we've seen cases where people conceded and nothing happened. In the case of
Goodluck,
Goodluck, there was no.
But other opposition.
Opposition went based on their own.
But what I'm saying is, okay, maybe we should look towards a situation where someday in this country there will be no tribunals, and maybe that is only when we have two-party system.
No, even with a single-party system within the party, there are tribunals. Look at the primaries they organize within the parties. Some parties are still talking about the primaries done. And this, then it will be undemocratic if every election, even if you look at the United States, they go to court in some cases. We've seen the issue of Florida and the rest of it. So it is not outside of democracy. These tribunals and court are part of the democratic process, as if they just happen to be a process that occur after election and not a pre-election, but it is a part of the democratic process. It is backed by law.
All right, take a look at the story about INEC announcing timeline for Anambra governorship election, and make a comment concerning it.
Yes, the Anambra election is going to be a tight one this time around. Governor Soludo became governor before the Labour Party incursion there. Yeah, and ABGA used to be the major party in the southeast. Well, in Anambra, let me not say the southeast, because it is only in Anambra that they've been able to win election comfortably for some time, and so he came in, and a lot of expectations from him. But if you look at his report card now, some of the opinion that he's doing well, while some say they expected much more than this for him. So it's going to be a tight race between ABGA, the Labour Party,
and ABGA.
The Labour Party, ABGA, APC. It's going to be a four-horse race because
PDP is strong in Anambra.
PDP is strong in Anambra. APC is strong in Anambra. Labour Party, the new kid on the block, you will definitely make a move. That is, if the party still, if the party can resolve its internal issues, then you have APGA. It's going to be quite interesting. So the from the key dates are here, March 20 to April 10, 2025. Political parties will conduct primaries to choose their candidate. April 18, the candidate nomination portal will open, but the main election, the governorship election, will be November 8, 2025.
Okay. If we're going 50-50, if we're going 50-50, well, out of the four political parties you mentioned in Anambra State, PDP, APC, Labour, and APGA, if we're going 50-50, which two of them will you drop?
Well, the candidates they pick depends. The candidates they pick depend.
The national
you may have a
bearing.
It may have a bearing, but if you pick a very, very popular candidate, it will help the party.
Just like Obi did with the
Labour Party. If you pick a very, very popular candidate, and election in states is a local thing. There are peculiarities in the states that do not play at the federal level. So if the party that has a strong candidate, yes, even if the party is weak at the national, will be able to use its own grassroots structure to hold on to strengthen the party in the state. And look at APGA. APGA has no structure across Nigeria, but within
they have been very strong in that Anambra state over the years. Okay, how about this? Do you think the margin, the vote margin that brought Professor Slodo to the seat in the past, do you think it is going to replicate this time around, or do you envisage him getting lower or higher?
I envisage him getting lower. Because now the people have seen what he can do. There are a lot of factors that can be used to criticize him. Unlike in the past when he came, yes, he has been contesting for years. This is his time. It came at the time where everybody agreed that yes, it is time for Soludo to become governor. But now if we have oppositions here and there, and it wouldn't be like the last time.
Okay. Still in that story, INEC has also announced the election timeline for area councils in Abuja FCT.
Yes, the Abuja FCT area council, now it's the local government has become fully democratized. There's no issue. There's no more appointment of caretaker committees. So the elections must come as a venue. And for the FCT, it is INEC that organizes the election. So we look forward to interesting elections at the local level at the FCT this year.
There are two things I would like us to look at this. Okay, let's take it first. Okay, if INEC is able to conduct election in Abuja area council, don't you think they should be given the mandate to conduct the election in all the states as time goes on? Maybe
I don't care who conducts election, maybe INEC, or the thing is that what is the integrity of
should be fair
of the bodies. If you say like I say, INEC is doing better than the state electoral system. But the thing is that by the time INEC to also begin to conduct state elections, there will be there may be interference from the ruling party, and it may begin to now shift to, instead of the party winning, the party that is ruling at the state level winning all the local government, it may end up being it is the ruling party at the federal that will take over everything. I think we have integrity problem with our electoral system, and if we don't fix it, no matter the nomenclature, no matter the professor you bring, no matter who you bring, you will still end up seeing sabotage in the system.
Okay, talking about fairness, Nyesom Wike is from the PDP and is appointed by the APC president. And in most instances, the trend is that whosoever the political party the governor belongs to, in most instances, carry the day in the local government election. So are we looking at some Wiki exerting that kind of influence in Abuja and PDP winning all the 6 area councils, considering that he is in one way or the other, maybe the governor of Abuja?
Is more. The thing is, I've seen the elections in Abuja. It doesn't really go. The minister does not have that executive power that the state governor have. So his powers are limited, and his powers are limited. And the Abuja is the center of it all. Abuja and Lagos is the center of it all. That's where the federal is. But most times in Abuja, the elections usually, there are some peculiarities with their area councils. There are some strong men that even if you are the president, you can't just take them away from this thing. So I think that is what will still play out. The APC may have the upper hand in most of there are 6 area councils, but we rest assured that they will see either the PDP or the Labour Party or even one unknown party pick 1 or 2 of those area councils.
Okay, we're still talking about INEC. Yesterday, INEC talked about in yesterday's punch. They mentioned how INEC is facing some financial burden and the rising cost of by-elections.
Yes, by-elections are elections whereby most of them are maybe due to death or these are that they need to replace a candidate. So INEC is of the opinion that most of these by-elections are unforeseen. It comes after their budget has been presented. It's not usually captured in their budget except for a few. So it brings a more the cost of this election is becoming a burden on INEC because they are unforeseen and they are not part of the budget. So INEC is suggesting that why don't we look at it in such a way that since when you're voting for a candidate, you are voting for a party. Once there's an issue, maybe a death or removal or something like that, the party should just decide, use its own internal mechanism to present a candidate to continue the tenure instead of a fresh election. So that is just one of the suggestions they are making. But this has to do, this is something that
has to go back to the
National Assembly. Legislation should be done on it. I support it one way and another way. I think I may not support it. The reason why I support it is that, well, it will reduce the cost and tension of doing elections and the rest of it. But if you look at it in another way, since the mandate belongs to the party, internally they can say, okay, well, this person is leaving, we are presenting this as his replacement.
Okay, now let's go to the Vanguard and take the story of that has to do with water transport.
Vanguard. That has to do with what?
Water transport, and Lagos water transport patronage plummets 130% in 2024.
Well, okay, I think this has to do with the number of passengers that use the waterways in 2024. So, and you can see that Lagos even have data for their water usage, those water transportation, and okay, by 130%. Some of the factors could be due to many factors. Last year a lot of people were, let me not use the word impoverished, but the means of the sustenance last week really reduced. And if they look at the data here, shows that patronage for water transportation in the first quarter of 2024 fell by 58.6% year on year to 1.7 million passengers. So let us look at what the Mr. Tokwe Fajemiroku, president of the Waterfront Boats Owners Association of Nigeria, explained that the removal of the fuel subsidy has led to higher operational costs for boat operators, making water travel more expensive for commuters. He also noted that a recent increase in boat accidents has further discouraged people from opting for waterways transportation. It also said the improved road infrastructure offer a more comfortable and safer alternative for getting around the city. who I think he hinged the reduction. These three major reasons. One, the increase in fuel, the removal of fuel subsidy led to the increase in the price of petroleum products, made the cost of water transportation higher. And then again, he also said that the good infrastructure, road infrastructure, the improved in the road infrastructure in Lagos made people to look at why use the waterways when the roads are good. And he also said last year there were a lot of cases of boat capsized, and with the social media being able to amplify these things, people became scared and they decided not to use the waterways. And I think that it made a good. Those facts are genuine facts. It definitely, if like Taraba here, if the road from to Karim is properly done, few people will use the river. Even during the rainy season, you have to go round about the river. So I think we need to develop our waterways more. It's a very good means of transportation. We need to ensure there is safety. We need to ensure the best practices are being observed in that sector.
Yeah, talking about waterways, I learned the inland waterways are now under the new Ministry of Marine Economy and a host of the other agencies like that. Now, how do we harness, how do other states in Nigeria harness these resources of water transport, just like Lagos State has been able to develop its own, considering that in one way or the other you can find a way of transporting yourself through the water from Lagos up to places like Yola, and there's this challenge of roads not being too good, and if it is to carry, let's say, products, maybe a barge or a water vehicle is easier for it to carry heavy loads and follow through the water too. What is your assessment of this?
I think our waterways and grossly underused potential in the water. The potentials of our water bodies are not being used in Nigeria, because you look at it, even Lagos State as it is not maximizing the potentials in their waterways, because there are lots of water bodies in Lagos, but transportation, they still hold up because people see that there's no development of infrastructure in the waterways. And just like you said, across the country, if you have a safe water transportation system, it reduces a lot of pressure on the roads. But the thing is that even the short distances, are we able to maintain safety? Do we have the required equipment, the required machinery, the required to ensure that these things are safe? Do we have the regulatory agencies? Do we have enough to man these rivers and ensure that safety and regulations have been followed? These are some of the things, and I think a lot of people would not want to venture into such long journey because of because of safety reasons. Again, you have the issue of insecurity. What are we secure? We have to ask those questions. So those are the things. We need a national plan. We also need a state plan, so that while we have a national plan, the state can key into it, and each state will have a way in which it regulates its own water body, so that from state to state you have a regulated body of water that you can move into. But if it's not that way, you are traveling from Lagos to like Taraba, and maybe it is regulated in Lagos, regulated in Taraba, was not regulated in the states in between, you know that you're going to run into problems within these water bodies. So we need a national policy on water transportation, and the key states must key into it.
Okay, shortly before we go for this commercial break, briefly discuss the headline that talks about global experts converging in Lagos, West Africa, clean energy transition, before we go for commercial break.
Well, they said Lagos is set to host the 6th West Africa LPG Expo 2025. It's a 2-day event that will bring together global and regional energy leaders and stakeholders to forge a path towards West Africa's clean energy transition. The event is scheduled for March and will solidify its reputation as the foremost platform for advancing liquefied petroleum gas (LPG) as transformative energy solution to the region. The director of the LPG Expo, Jeffrey Luen, said this year's event will be the largest, featuring the region's largest international exhibition with innovations from over 100 local and international exhibitors. So the leader also noted that Nigeria as Africa's second largest LPG producer is at the forefront of integrating LPG into this energy framework. Through the Nigerian Energy Transition Plan, significant investments have been made in LPG infrastructure, enhancing production, reducing imports, and expanding access.
Okay, let's go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to continue the discussion on clean energy, and you can't afford to miss it. And the next segment is promising to be very, very exciting. Please stay tuned.
Hey there, prospective core members, listen close. Nighttime's not your friend, it's a danger zone. Shadows lurking, roads unclear, don't let adventure turn to fear. Stay safe, stay bright, keep your journey light. Board vehicles only in designated parks and garages.
Break your journey by 6 p.m. and sleep over in any safe place like military or police barracks, and continue your journey the next day. You need to be alive first, before you can serve your nation.
For PCMs heading through Funtua to locations in the Northwest region, the road is open to traffic till 5 p.m. according to travel advisory from the Nigerian Army. PCMs are therefore enjoined to document with the Nigerian Army in Funtua before proceeding with the rest of the journey.
This message is from the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC. Hey there, prospective core members, listen close. Nighttime's not your friend, it's a danger zone. Shadows lurking, roads unclear, don't let adventure turn to fear. Stay safe, stay bright, keep your journey light. Board vehicles only in designated parks and garages.
Break your journey by 6 p.m. and sleep over in any safe place like military or police barracks, and continue your journey the next day. You need to be alive first, before you can serve your nation.
For PCMs heading through Funtua to locations in the Northwest region, the road is open to traffic till 5 p.m. according to travel advisory from the Nigerian Army. PCMs are therefore enjoined to document with the Nigerian Army in Funtua before proceeding with the rest of the journey.
This message is from the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC. Hey there, prospective core members, listen close. Nighttime's not your friend, it's a danger zone. Shadows lurking, roads unclear, don't let adventure turn to fear. Stay safe, stay bright, keep your journey light. Board vehicles only in designated parks and garages.
When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from impending fire? You have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No, that is not enough. Stay there and gist and take shots with your phone? That is madness. Run. Yes, run away. Yes, your life depends on your action. The flames come suddenly, unexpected but uncontrollable. Why? Fuel is highly inflammable. Why? It just requires a spark to set off a ravaging inferno. So, don't stay there to think. Storm away to live. Do not throw away your life in anguish for meaningless fuel siphoning. Be advised. When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do you do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from impending fire? You have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No, that is not enough. Stay there and gist and take shots with your phone? That is madness. Run. Yes, run away. Yes, your life depends on your action. The flames come suddenly, unexpected but uncontrollable. Why? Fuel is highly inflammable. Why? It just requires a spark to set off a ravaging inferno. So, don't stay there to think. Storm away to live. Do not throw away your life in anguish for meaningless fuel siphoning. Be advised. When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do you do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from impending fire? You have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No, that is not enough. Stay there and gist and take shots with your phone? That is madness. Run. Yes, run away. Yes, your life depends on your action. The flames come suddenly, unexpected but uncontrollable. Why? Fuel is highly inflammable. Why?
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this has been the morning show where we've been discussing topical issues as they are on the cover pages of the Nigerian newspaper.
It just requires a spark to set off a ravaging inferno. So, don't stay there to think. Storm away to live. Do not throw away your life in anguish for meaningless fuel siphoning. Be advised. When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do you do? Scooping fuel in your bucket.
Yeah, viewers, we sincerely apologize for the technical hitch, and we're going to continue now with the discussion that we have been on concerning the clean energy developments in Nigeria. Mr. Abra.
Just like I said, the energy development in Nigeria, we're trying to see how we can come up with cleaner energy, other sources of energy like wind energy, solar energy, energy from LPG. These are some of the areas in which we're looking into to ensure that we have a cleaner energy. Like I always say, if nobody believed in climate change before now, 2024 shown Nigerians a different ways. We saw extreme drought and we saw extreme flood. So we should understand that this climate change is real and we need to begin to prepare for the future.
Okay, now let's go to the headline that talks about the activities of the president concerning the oil exploration in Niger Delta.
Just like you said, the activities of please come again. Let me. The activities of what?
The president in the Niger Delta, they're talking about how what's it called? This security of the pipelines and.
Okay, the story of an activist, Mr. Sheriff, saying that the government has to renew this contract with Tantra. Tantra is a company run by popularly known as Tompolo, Ekpemodolo, government Ekpemodolo, who has been a private organization, security outfit that have been safeguarding the pipelines. And I think since they started to do that, we've seen an increase in our crude oil. We saw increase in our daily production. There have been security of the pipeline. Vandalism has reduced to a large extent. So it's calling on the government to have more partnership with these local security companies who have been able to show effectiveness in collaboration with the military. And if this is done, it will help us to maintain our steady improvement in the area of crude oil daily production. So I think that is what that is about.
Okay, let's now move to the Daily Independent. If you're just joining us, we have been discussing on Morning Show. Morning Show is the darling breakfast television program that brings to you programs and discussion that makes you be at the top of the morning. We went now to the Daily Independent, story on the Daily Independent, where government state police commissioner seeks collaboration with civil society organization.
Yes, the Gombe State Police Commissioner, Mr. Ayatu Usman, has pledged to strengthen collaboration with civil society organizations in the state to combat crime and ensure a peaceful society. The commissioner made this commitment during a courtesy visit by the new executives of the Association of Non-Governmental Organizations in the state led by Dr. Bachama Yusuf. So it's always good for the police and civil society organization to have collaboration. He also expressed concern about the rising cases of human trafficking in the state. And it is these civil societies are able to track these cases, report to the police, or in collaboration they work together, they track, they make arrests. So there's a need for these collaborations between these organizations like this.
And then that's they can serve as informants to the police and like that.
Yes, they should be partners in the area of information sharing, so they gather information and they share among themselves. And sometimes you find out that people find it easier to open up to these
civil society
police, and the civil society organization will be able to advise and know how to present the case to the police in such a way that the issue is treated in a way that justice will be done.
Okay, now let's go to the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper has a story that has to do with political PDP National Working Committee deputy officials insists Damagun remains the acting chairman.
Well, the NWC insists that he's still the national chairman, and that was speaking at a press conference. The party deputy national youth leader, Mr. Tumeti Osadolo, emphasized the need for party unity and called on loyal members to rally behind Damagun's leadership. Well, as it stands now, he is the substantial acting chairman. There's no court order that have vacated existed. There is no party structure that have removed him. So what they need to do is to support him, irrespective of if they feel is this or that, or go through the process of removing, which is becoming the process of removing is creating more problems. What they should be working towards now is how to stabilize the party towards the conventions.
What will you advise them are going to do if there are so much dissatisfaction again? Don't you think you should resign as a person?
I don't think I need to advise them are going to resign, because I think he understands these things better than I do, because he has been a politician. He knows what to do, and if he refuses to do it, it is left to him. And if you ask him, he will also say he is doing his duty to ensure that the party is the thing is that all members of the PDP, all the factors, and none of them is actually, if they, all of them, like I say, I'm sorry to say, none of them really have the interest of the party. Everybody's trying to protect
his particular using the platform of the party.
Using the platform of the party, and that is the reason why we're having this thing. They should work together. the convention is coming. The convention definitely will provide the leadership, and I pray that the convention again does not break the party apart, because if the convention is manipulated, or those that feel, some people feel manipulated and feel that their interests are not their interest is not protected, they might decide to leave or might decide to cause disruption. So like I always say, the PDP this period need leaders. They need leaders that will step in and talk to the people involved and ensure that at least they come to a level of understanding whereby what they should be doing is planning towards strengthening the party and not dividing it.
But do you think at the end of the day, this Damagum dad, the anti-Damagum, the pro-Damagum, do you think they are going to give birth to any meaningful thing at the convention?
Well,
they are carrying this crisis to convention. Will the convention solve this problem?
Once election comes, they have a way of balancing themselves, and because they know now, no matter we have to come together. Once the convention comes and the party recognizes the leadership, it's either you shape in or you ship out. It's either you ship in, whether you agreed or not. It's either you stay. Once it is the convention, Damago is having issue simply because he's not an elected. He was not elected as the chairman. But if he was an elected chairman, I think he will be able to wield more powers. And what I believe with the convention come, we will not have a perfect party, but there will be a leadership in place in the secretariat that will ensure that things are run properly.
Okay, now before we go to the discussion of issues that are trending in Taraba State, in Jalingo here and the Northeast, let's take a look at the story we took from the Leadership newspaper. Leadership newspaper has the story: FCT natives comment Tinubu Wike for roads project and polytechnic approval.
Yes, the indigenous people of the Federal Capital Territory has expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu and the Minister Nyesom Wike for commissioning projects across the 6 area councils and approving the Federal Polytechnic in Gwarimpa. So the Abuja Original Inhabitants Youth and Empowerment Organization praised the government efforts to enhance connectivity and stimulate economy. So they are happy that the Polytechnic was created, and they also happy for a percentage of staff recruitment at the Polytechnic to be reserved for local residents, scholarship to be offered to indigenous people, which I fully support, because now they don't belong to any state. If it was in a state, definitely the Polytechnic we have a percentage reserved for indigenous, and as they don't have states, what you can call state polytechnics or state institutions, whereby they have 100% right to employ everybody, so they should be given special consideration in all these federal institutions situated there. So this the recent initiative by the government, including the Commissioner of Road Projects and approval of the Federal Polytechnics, have been met with praise by the people. And I think if they continue, anything they do, they should always consider the fact that they are indigenous Abuja people, and they should be put into consideration when any policy is being made.
But the proliferation of the establishment of these science institutions that keep having challenges of funding and so many other challenges like that, we already have our hands full with problems that has to do with the ones we have existed on the ground. Should we go ahead and establish, or all we need to do is for us to have, so that every state, every ethnic group should? Don't you think this is a wrong?
The thing that the number of schools, institutions we have, they are not enough.
Are you sure?
They are not, considering our population. Go to other countries. They are not enough. Okay, look at, you say if they are enough. Do you know the numbers of students we have in the lecture room? In a lecture room that is supposed to have 30, you'll be having 150.
But there are some institutions that have how am I going to describe it? They don't even have half of what some are more popular. And somebody may prefer to go to ABU Zaria than to go to Taraba State University. If you go to ABU Zaria, the population you see in ABU Zaria is more than the population you see in, for instance, Taraba State University.
Yes, you can't compare Taraba State University with this. But the thing is, I keep saying it, the problem is not the number. The number of schools we have is not up to our population. We are over 100. And if you look at the youth population, despite the fact that we have a state university here, you still see thousands of Nigerian Taraba students
going out.
And if you look at Nigeria, despite the numbers of schools, you still see thousands of Nigerians going outside the country to school. What we should be talking about is, yes, when we create this thing, there should be funding for it. We need to look for better ways to fund this thing. But in the terms of the numbers of schools, we still need to create more. We need to create more environment for students so that the more, if you find out in the past, if there was no Taraba State University, I'm telling you, 50% of those that are in school now, they wouldn't.
May not be able to go to school. The proximity has.
Look at the Federal University will carry. There are people that ordinarily wouldn't be able to then either MUBI or CAT Poly. Those are the federal polytechnics that we had. And if you look at FUTI, we struggle to go to FUTI simply because, and then even the cost of paying to rent an apartment for the students, so parents will just look at it, hey, I can't do this. Probably you should look for College of Education or Agri here in Taraba and just manage your way through it. So creating these institutions is good. It is part of the ways of solving the problem, but the problem is we need more funding for the ones available and for the newly created ones.
Okay, now we're going to go for a very, very short commercial break. When we come back, we will discuss issues that are trending in Jalingo, in Taraba State, and the Northeast. It is very, very, very interesting, and you can't afford to miss it. Please stay tuned.
Hey there, prospective corps members, listen close. Nighttime's not your friend, it's a danger zone. Shadows lurking, roads unclear, don't let adventure turn to fear. Stay safe, stay bright, keep your journey light. Board vehicles only in designated parks and garages.
Break your journey by 6 p.m. and sleep over in any safe place like military or police barracks, and continue your journey the next day. You need to be alive first, before you can serve your nation.
For PCMs heading through Funtua to locations in the Northwest region, the road is open to traffic till 5 p.m. according to travel advisory from the Nigerian Army. PCMs are therefore enjoined to document with the Nigerian Army in Funtua before proceeding with the rest of the journey.
This message is from the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC.
When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do you do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from impending fire? You have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No. Madness. Run. Yes, run away. Yes, your life depends on your action. The flames come suddenly, unexpected but uncontrollable. Why? Fuel is highly inflammable. Why? It just requires a spark to set off a ravaging inferno. So, don't stay there to think. When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do you do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away?
What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercab today and be happy. Bye.
Hey there, prospective Corps members, listen close. Nighttime's not your friend, it's a danger zone. Shadows lurking, roads unclear, don't let adventure turn to fear. Stay safe, stay bright, keep your journey light. Board vehicles only in designated parks and garages.
Break your journey by 6 p.m. and sleep over in any safe place like military or police barracks, and continue your journey the next day. You need to be alive first, before you can serve your nation.
For PCMs heading through Funtua to locations in the northwest region, the road is open to traffic till 5 p.m.